All right, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Different location for me, same location for Nick. If there's any like my mic is too loud or my mic is too low, let me know and I can do some behind the scenes adjustments here. But thank you guys for coming on in. This is the Dr. Nick's Amazing Man Stuff YouTube channel, and this show in particular is Doctor's Orders, where we pull back the curtains and show you guys exactly what's going on with this company, and even more importantly, the people behind the company. If you guys could, on your way in, just a quick little thumbs up to see that show YouTube you like this content. Also, consider sharing this out if you want any friends to learn about this community and this great company here. And yes, I am remote today. Many of you know, but I'm in Columbus. My son Maddox has an opportunity to work out with the Columbus Crew pro soccer team. And he just got back literally a half an hour ago from the morning workout, and the entire team was there. So like their all-star Cucho, who is one of the best players in the world. Max got a picture with him. Knuckles, they talked about his goals. He got to try and like dribble around, like just insane opportunities he has right now. So that's where we're at right now. But the gentleman to my side is a man of we'll call it astronomical mystery, a man that just picks up things out of the world and places them in your lap, such as I come up with a topic for next week's stream. He's like, oh, I already have pictures about stuff that I want to talk about on that topic. Don't get me started, guys. Please help me welcome the doctor himself, Mr. Nick Phelps.
Why, hello, everyone. And this is, for a remote location, you're looking pretty official there. It's pretty.
Thank you.
Good. It's like
Thank you.
Good.
I thought it's not so bad. I can give you guys a little 360 real quick.
Not
I am
so bad at all.
in the lobby of a hotel, but it's got this little like work room for me.
You got this you got your own little nook.
Perfectly here. Now, the lady last night told me my voice carries, and I'm okay with that, though. She did not say it in a bad way.
Oh.
And the guy said he wishes he had my stage presence. I was like, oh, dude, thank you. That was so nice.
Hey, look at that. And more of it's way better than that. Hey, you might maybe keeping that down,
Right. No, I welcomed it. And I did ask him, I was like, what do you guys think I do for a living? And the first guy said, I think you work for Amway. Do you know what Amway is? And I was like, no, that's a first, but no, I don't work for Amway.
Oh man, that guy. So someone clearly has been bit by the work for yourself, be your own boss, multi-level marketing world of things before.
What is, I don't even know what, I thought Amway was like, what is Amway? I guess I'm mistaken.
Amway is like Amway has always been, it's a multi-level marketing company where their business model is the same as all of them, where, if you want to sign up and start selling Amway, you got to buy a certain amount of stuff, and then you end up, that signs you up, ends up making money on the stuff you buy, and then you sell it to other people, but with the guise of, and if it works for you, think of all the other people in your life that might need changing products.
Dude, I need to have a word with him now. What the heck?
Oh yeah, he thought you were shilling some multi-level marketing nonsense for vitamins.
Dude, I can see it because I literally went up to him because we were kind of talking and like chopping it up, and I went up to him and said, "What do you think I do for work?" He thought that was my sales pitch to him. He thought that's how I started to talk to him. Dude, no, I was just talking to you.
Yep, he thought you were going to try to get him on board with running his own live stream from hotel lobbies.
So he was expecting me to be like, yeah, pretty nice, huh? You can do this. Let me show you how. Oh my God. I had no idea. I'm talking to him on a completely different lens.
Oh yeah.
That's
he was expecting to, have you ever wanted to be your own boss?
Oh my gosh. That makes so much sense. Well, thank you, Nick. I just learned something new.
Hey, it's the same as any, like, what's the other big one that does like all the supplement, green, is it not Green Life? What's the other one? I forget what it's called. There's Herbalife. There's Herbalife, there's Amway, but Amway does like all kinds of stuff. They sell like, I think they sell like cutlery and all kinds of crap now.
Yeah, see, that's what I knew. Interesting. Yeah, there's one that like all the stay-at-home moms do, that it's like all the drinks they make and stuff, that's a huge one. And
it's gigantic. And the only people that ever make money are the people that you're selling the stuff for and the person that signed you up.
Right. And they're like, they have like big retreats if you make enough sales and all this stuff.
Oh yeah, you can get to our diamond crusted emerald President's Club Platinum Circle.
Exactly. Pampered Chef. That sounds like another one. Yep.
Oh, there you go. That's another one.
Yep.
It all goes back to, it's the same crap as, you go back to the days of Tupperware parties. I mean, it's like, it's no different.
Oh, wow. My mom. I do remember that growing up. Tupperware parties.
Oh yeah.
You're rocking my world right now.
It's all the same thing with different lipstick.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I can confidently say I've never gotten into something where my premise was to get other people beneath me to do that same thing.
No, I have not either. I had a crazy uncle, and that was like what he did forever. Like he'd come over for dinner and be like, "Have you ever heard of blue algae from the Mediterranean Sea?" Well, let me tell you about blue algae from the Mediterranean Sea.
And it's weird because they're not selling the product to you; they're selling the cell to you.
They're selling the facade. They're selling the lifestyle.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, all right.
Freedom is attainable. Don't spend all your days working for someone else. Don't you want to spend time with your kids?
Oh my gosh. All right, my world just got rocked right now. He said Amway to me. That went so far over my head. I was probably so like happy with my response. Wow.
He's like, well, I'm glad I didn't get pitched a business, but I kind of did want to make some money.
Right. And Jill says rocking almost 90 in MA. Same exact here. It's about 90 degrees in pure sun in Columbus, Ohio. Yesterday was brutal. Today is brutal. I mean, it's hot. Wow. So officially 90.
Dead on.
Man, there's no escape from this heat here. Maddox is doing the camp and it's outdoors. So we got him a massive jug, like a metal, like stainless, but it's like the huge one. He's got primes. They're like, it's hot, man.
Dude, that's brutal outside playing. I mean, the only thing, it's like they said in Dogma, that movie with Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
The only thing more exhausting than genocide is soccer. You do it outside, man. Woo!
Yeah, I know. That's crazy. All right, let's get into what today is about, and then we'll go with some wild tangents. But in case anybody's watching the replay, I don't want them having to wait too long to get the info. And we're going to jump on this, you guys. As I've said many times, as someone who gets to observe this company from the outside, from working on the inside with them, and just hearing from everyone, when Nick and Jill say you guys are their roadmap to the product development, it is beyond true. We're going to prove it right now, and we'll prove it again later with a brief little appetizer into the future. But you guys have been demanding a shampoo and conditioner. Now, someone who works with a lot of beard product companies, I can confidently tell you there's not a lot of beard product companies that make head hair shampoo and conditioner, especially quality ones. And if you go to the store, you have a bunch of garbage head hair conditioner and shampoo. There is quality available at places like Ulta and others. But what I would say is just simply look at those price tags, just as like a little aside if you want to look into the quality world. But today, now officially, Nick, I'm going to kick the stage to you because you have done a crazy amount of work and planning and shuffling to make this all happen. Hit them with the big news, and then more importantly, any of the details that make this so special.
Oh man, so it's almost like one of those where do you start
situations. I know. I just wanted to throw it at the wall and see what sticks.
It's like, do we start with the origin story of this? So anyway, it's like there's so many things to cover on it because it's been such a long journey to get here. But yes, officially as of today, live on the website right now is head shampoo and head conditioner. On the website, it's called hair shampoo, hair conditioner, because that looked much better on the label than shampoo for your head, ... Or, because it's funny, because when we were first doing this, brief little side tangent about this, relevant, but is, I went out to go look at, I was like, well, we can't just call it shampoo and conditioner, because if someone gets sent to our site and they find shampoo and conditioner, since we're a beard company, they're probably going to assume if it says shampoo and conditioner, that must be for my beard. and they might not keep scrolling and looking down. So we decided we had to differentiate it somehow, both for in people's showers and on the website. And when I went to go look at, like you just said, I went to go see how other beard companies were distinguishing the difference between their beard washes and their hair shampoo, and I was woefully underwhelmed by the lack of beard companies out there that actually make hair shampoo and hair conditioner. And what I was even more surprised about is I started kind of reading and looking and talking to people. It doesn't seem like that many other beard companies have had their customers really demand hair shampoo and hair conditioner. And I just have to think that's because, our beard wash and our beard conditioner work so damn well, and they're so special, and they just do something that others don't, in my opinion, at least in my experience. And so I think maybe that's, has people thinking like, well, if their beard wash and conditioner works so well in my beard, they must know something that works really well, and maybe it'll work in hair as well. And so here it is, right? The hair shampoo, it's a bump up in pH from our beard wash. So it's a little bit, you need more of a stripping shampoo to get all the stuff out of your scalp and off the hair. So slightly higher pH, little more stripping, but it's still a gentle daily shampoo, just like our beard washes for your beard. And what's really cool again about our hair shampoo, just like all of our other shower products, primary ingredient in the hair shampoo is aloe juice. So it starts off with aloe, not water. And you got to think, right? I mean, you look out there of all the shampoos that are naturally derived or natural, vegan, whatever they might be, a lot of them still have water as the first ingredient. And because of that, they still have lots of emulsifiers in them. Although they're all natural, right? There's still an emulsifying agent in there, and it's not, it doesn't blend on its own. And you see here, very first ingredient is aloe. And then down in the list here, you also see castor seed oil, avocado oil, and sunflower seed oil. So the only things that are in there from like a plant oil and fats perspective are all naturally derived, as always. We got a good addition of some fatty acids, and of course some things that are weird to pronounce, but they're all just eco-certified plant-based gentle preservatives to be able to keep it suspended and keep it fresh and give it a shelf life, like the hexylhexaglycerin, and just rolls right off the tongue. But no, this stuff is right in line with what you guys expect from our shower products, is that they're going to not leave any residue that you don't want. They're not going to have any ingredients in there that are bad for your skin or your hair. They're perfectly pH balanced for where they're used. So it's and right now we have unscented. We have our lime zest citrus fruit pine, aka formerly known as number 7, and of course peppermint rosemary, because we can't release any more shower products that don't come with peppermint rosemary because everyone loves it. So we can't do it. But
Max noticed the same thing when he started looking for these different products. He's like, even if I did find it, water was the first ingredient on all of them.
Yeah. And you think about that, right? I mean, it's like in my mind, water and oil are not, they don't mix, right? Water cannot dissolve or emulsify oils. And so when I look at a soap, specifically a liquid soap that has water as the first ingredient, that tells me that they've already had to put something in there that makes the oil that's in the wash emulsify and bind with the water, right? And to me, that's already killing part of that oil's superpower, which is bonding to other oils, right? So in my mind, if you've bonded your oil to an emulsifier, and then that on the other end of it, right? An emulsifier sits in the middle. You got something over here and something over here that sticks together. It needs that bonding agent to make those two hold on to each other, right? So they don't separate and break. So in my mind, if oil is good at binding to other oils, but now you've bound it to an emulsifier, how good is that oil going to now bind to other oils in your hair or on your scalp, right? And to me, that diminishes the strength of any kind of soap that you're using. So I think when you have an aloe as a base, and you have oils as the actual agent that's producing the bonding effect, that's going to give it so much more ability to bind to the oils that are in your hair and on your skin and your scalp, and then rinse away, because now it's emulsified, and the water you're rinsing out in the shower is what's binding to it and pulling it out. So I feel like you kill half the soap's ability to do its job when you have the first ingredient as water and you bind it with an emulsifier. Besides the fact that a lot of emulsifiers just aren't great for your skin anyhow, because that's what actually binds. The emulsifier also binds to your skin and your hair. So that's what holds on to some of the product, and you end up getting buildup. So, doing that kind of research and looking through it, it was really important, especially on your head. We don't want any buildup. We don't want any scalp. We don't want any dandruff. We certainly don't want any powdery residual, residue left behind. So this won't do that. Great for your skin. Fatty acids are awesome all around. And it's going to impart some really good oils in there. And then, of course, following it up with a conditioner and we'll talk about that next, is going to be huge, because that's obviously going to add back in some of that softness and some of the pliability. So, oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, number one, it's the second time I learned stuff. My understanding of emulsification just deepened with that right there. I didn't know all that info, so thank you. And I love that you explained that, because so many people use emulsify when we talk about balms and butters, when it's just melting it down. If you take a solid balm or butter and you melt it in your hand, that's not emulsifying it. There's no emulsification in a product that doesn't have water. And so this is a clear distinction. And I think because it's just been used for so long to say emulsify to melt down, it's kind of taken away the actual meaning of it. And with you explaining it there, understanding what emulsification means in terms of shower water-based products really is important. And I'm so glad you broke that down in an eloquent way, literally, where I learned more about it, man. That was awesome.
Oh, that's killer. And that's, I think it's one of those, it is one of those kind of misunderstood things, because, you can use the term like emulsify butter in your hands, right? Which means, well, what are you doing there, right? You're taking something that's a clump and then you're making it homogeneous across a surface, which is your hand. So that's technically, you're emulsifying something onto your hands. But then in terms of an emulsification agent, right, that's where the real distinction comes apart. So it's like people will be like, oh, okay, well, emulsification agent, I emulsify things on my hands all the time, that must be fine. And it's like emulsifying something physically and then using a chemical that is an emulsifying agent are two drastically different things. And I didn't even realize that for a real long time.
Yep.
I didn't know there actually was a real distinction.
I actually had to go and make a video. It's probably a couple of years old by now, where I said I was wrong because I used the term incorrectly, because it just became commonplace. It's one of those things that just kind of melded together and became one known thing. And yeah, spot on with the differences there. So I love that so much. And let's hit the conditioner. And guys and girls out there, whatever questions you guys have, I'm already grabbing them. So we have a couple of great questions and topics to talk about. But dude, that was so knowledgeable and so awesome on the reason why that was a unique shampoo. Keep it going. This is super cool, Nick.
Yeah, awesome. And so when you jump into conditioner land, right, the logic changes quite a bit. So if you look at, for example, the ingredients that are here inside of the conditioner, you're going to say, well, wait a minute, Nick just started off by saying soaps aren't good where the first ingredient's water. So conditioners are very, very different. They have a different job, right? Their job is not to remove oils. Their job is to impart softening agents and to be able to impart things that are going to coat and smooth the surface of the hair. Think about this. This is how someone put it to me a while back. I don't know how many of you out there cook a lot or use cast iron skillets to cook, but we all know, if you do, that you don't wash cast iron skillets with soap ever. And the best cast iron pan that you could ever have is one that hasn't been washed with soap in years and has had all those oils from things that you cook impart its way down into the cast iron. Now, what happens when you do clean that pan with soap on accident, or someone is staying at your house and maybe watching your house, and maybe they think it's a good idea to leave your really expensive knives in the bottom of your sink and use soap on your cast iron skillet? Not naming names, never happened to me. But what happens when you get home and your heart stops because you realize your cast iron skillet is gray and dry and has been stripped of all of its oils over there? what do? You go back and you put oils back into it, and you cook those oils into it, and it's called seasoning a pan, right? And so basically that's what you're doing with shampoo and conditioner, right? You're using something that's going to strip oils out and strip oils and dirt and everything else out of your hair. And then at that point though, the outsides of your hair, if you look under a microscope, it almost looks like little petals of scales kind of crawling up the side of your hair, you know? And all those things kind of open up a little bit. And that's what causes your hair to tangle and get a little stiff, and you can't quite move your fingers through it, and it binds together really easy, and you get those wet kind of after shampoo knots. And you know, if I had hair, that would happen up here too, but it happens with my beard. So the job of a conditioner is to fill in all those little cracks, is to fill in all those little areas and leave behind something that's going to act as an agent to both make the hair more pliable, less brittle. Exactly right there. And so you look at them, and then when those are raised up, that's going to allow it to dry out, right? It's going to allow it to do all sorts of things. And when you use a conditioner that relaxes those little edges in the outside of the cuticle of your hair, that's what then is going to calm those down and smooth them back down to the hair follicle, which is really, really important. So if you look at some of the things in here, you have to use the Latin plant names in ingredients. Do the IFRA and everything else, you have to use them, and it's kind of lengthy to be able to put what plants they all get derived from, but you can look them up, right? And you look at, you know, the second ingredient in there that's listed as a conditioner softener, right? That's a plant-based softener. The methosulfate actually comes as a byproduct of a lot of different plant oils when they're reduced, and it's a byproduct of plant oils. And then you look at cetearyl alcohol, you know, you think, whoa, we don't want alcohol, but we've talked about this before a lot, is there's really good alcohols, and then there's, like, you know, alcohols, which you don't want anywhere near your hair, like salts. But cetearyl alcohol is just a plant-derived fatty acid, and it's fantastic for your hair and your skin. And again, we just talked about emulsifiers. We don't want emulsifiers. In conditioner, you do, because being as what you're doing is you're taking these things, and they're, like I said before, right? You're taking something over here that doesn't bond with something over here, and you're bonding them together. Those emulsifiers in this case are really, really good for a conditioner, because that helps those fatty acids and the branch chains that are in the conditioners and softeners. That helps it actually bind to your hair and stay in your hair. So you actually really need emulsifiers in a conditioner. Otherwise, also, you'd have a conditioner that was like a 7-layer burrito of conditioner. You know, you'd have like all your ingredients separated inside that bottle. And the same things that make them bind to each other are the same things that make them bind to your hair. And when you look at the vegetable glycerin and the exohexaglycerin, right? Those things are both really, really good for the deep conditioning of your hair. It's especially the vegetable glycerin. That's one of the things that gets in between those open cuticles on your hair that actually allow it to almost fill in the gap of those a little bit. But because it gets inside that cuticle, it softens and relaxes that cuticle along your hair.
Yeah. So, and if I can touch on that for a second, the everything you just said there is 100% what plays into the role of conditioner, which most people do not know. Your hair follicle has an opposite charge of this conditioner. Opposite charges are drawn to each other. The more damage or the more imperfect a hair strand, the different aspects of it, like let's say the hair fiber is raised, or let's say it's missing and you have like a big dent, it is more charged than the rest of the hair. So the perfect world of this conditioner is to latch on to those imperfections. Like you just said, on wash, we don't want emulsifiers and things holding on to the hair. That's not good. When you get out of the shower, you don't want wash anymore. You want all that stuff gone. Conditioner, we don't want it all. We want it to go in and smooth out those imperfections, relax those raised hair fibers. So when you comb through, it does feel softer as a result of that. But more importantly, you don't have tangles, you don't have snags. Because think about that image we showed, right? If we go here and you see this image, look on that far right and you see them kind of sprayed out. If you have multiple hairs that are interacting with each other, just imagine how they grab onto each other. Now you have tangles and snags. right? Think about the feeling you guys have when you have a stripping wash and you try to run your fingers through your hair. Why? Because they're all raised. What happens after a stripping wash or any kind of wash and you go back in with conditioner? It's like, oh my gosh, this is wonderful. It's because the conditioner latches on to the opposite pH and latches onto those imperfections. Everything else on a quality conditioner, which this is, and so is the beard conditioner, is going to rinse away as it should. It's just those imperfections. And to take it one last step further, a natural question, people would say, well, does that impact the absorption of the oil? No, not if it's a quality conditioner, because whether it's oil for your head hair or any products, if it's a quality conditioner, it's only latching on to those imperfections and not the whole hair shaft as a whole. So everything you said there was just like, oh my, almost like I like threw up a ball and you were just waiting to knock it out of the park. And like, we didn't even talk about this, you guys, but all the things I wanted to say, Nick added to it that I didn't even know he was going to add to. And some of it I didn't even know factually myself. So just came together perfectly. Listen to this man, people, please. Oh my gosh.
Dude, that's perfect, man. I mean, that's talk about just coming together. I mean, it's huge. And so, I think what's really neat about some of this stuff too is it kind of, for me anyway, speaking about the oil, and how does it affect absorption afterwards, I can safely say that I do notice a big difference and this is a weird one. I noticed the difference in how dry my hands are after applying oil if I use conditioner in my beard versus when I don't. So like if I don't use conditioner in my beard, and I run beard oil through my beard, it'll when it's damp. I still have a really good amount of residual oil on my hands, and what I've noticed after conditioner, because the follicles have been smooth, and which kind of seems strange, right? You'd think that like open fibers on the hair would absorb oil better. But to your point, the surface tension there just doesn't allow it to get onto the hair and stay there. So when I use conditioner and I put oil through my beard, I look at my hands, I barely need to wash them afterwards. My hair does such a good job of absorbing the oil off of my hands that I barely have anything that I even need to rinse off, which is kind of a cool little side effect.
And like you were talking about the hair fibers kind of spin. I talk about it like a pine cone, right? You think about a pine cone that's completely closed, then you get the ones that open. That's almost exactly what the hairs are doing.
Yeah.
When you have them completely open and irritated, they're going to inflame the skin because the hair fibers don't stop at the shaft. They don't stop right at the skin. It's a hair, essentially how hair is made is keratin stacked on top of itself. Da, 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 da. And once it gets down to the surface, if it is too much here, that's why when people are like, Dan, do you recommend a conditioner after a stripping wash? Yes, because if it's too far out like this, it's doing that to the skin. And when the skin is inflamed, it's not accepting that oil either. So it's about absorbing into the hair. But like Nick was saying here too, if you're putting conditioner on, there's a good chance that you're going to absorb even better because the skin is going to be relaxed. The skin is not going to be inflamed. And if your skin is inflamed, it essentially makes a cone around the follicle and it doesn't allow it for nutrients to get in. And so you're not letting that oil absorb. This is like a win all when you have a good quality conditioner and oil, or conditioner and wash, whether it's for the beard or the head hair. And if you have a company that like understands what they're doing and looking for and making, like clearly this company does, it makes all the difference in the world when you didn't even realize it. Even when it doesn't logically make sense sometimes, it just takes the explanation to be like, oh my gosh, light bulb, this all comes together now.
Dude, it's huge. And I'm going to go back. I'll piggyback off of a topic you had on one of your videos a long time back. And I hope that if no one believed the topic of your video back then, maybe with the understanding that people listening here today have gained about what happens with a wash and what happens with a conditioner, you wouldn't need Dan's video that he published a year or so ago talking about why co-washes don't work. Because think about that. Like if you actually understand now, like what a wash is doing versus what a conditioner is doing, how the hell could they work inside of the same bottle, right? They can't. The soap's going to destroy the conditioner. The conditioner is going to eat up half of the cleaning power of the soap because they're sitting there fighting against each other. And what you're left with is a jack of all trades, master of none situation where you've taken two things that probably work pretty good on their own, and when you blend them together are borderline pointless, because you can't strip away oils off of a hair, and you can't strip things out of hair and then magically program little nanobots of conditioner to wait until the water's gone and then jump in and condition the hair. You can't do it. Like, you can't program things at a molecular level to take their turn, right? It's a chemical reaction. It happens all at once you're in contact with something.
Thank you, Dad. I've been waiting for someone to back me up on this, because it's one of the things that makes me want to pull my hair out more than anything else in this world. And I get so much pushback on that. People have been using co-wash for generations. That doesn't mean it's good. I use co-wash and it feels great. That doesn't mean it's good. And like you're talking about there, it's just so logical. You don't, like you said, nanobots. There's nothing that's in there that's like, okay, go seek, destroy bacteria. Let me get this. And then you go do this. It can't work, you guys. It might feel like it's okay. It's like silicone. It cannot work. Nick, that drives me crazy. And that felt so good to hear someone say that, because it's just so true. It's just so true.
It's so true. It's like, it's chemically impossible for that to work, right? You're kidding yourself. And people are like, well, we've used it for generations. Well, people smoked cigarettes for generations and thought that they were health food, before we found out that they're full of carcinogens and give you cancer. Right. So it's like, and when that study came out from wherever the hell it came out from, no one was like, well, we've been smoking for generations and everyone's been dying of ghosts in their blood, not cancer.
Dude, so true. And the real CEO is right here. And this is all with Positive Tone. Scuba, aka BeardTube, good buddy of mine. We talk on a weekly basis, if not daily, during different times of the year. And essentially, that's actually the point. So Scuba he's a guy that doesn't want these conversations. He's not interested in these details. And that's not a shot at all. That's just true. He is more of a simplistic kind of guy. His audience wants to know, like, what's the man stuff, and if it feels good, it is good. That's his thing. And so for him, that's all that matters, right? I put in co-wash, it feels good. He's cool with that, and I'm happy for him. Like, that's amazing. I wish I could slow that thought process down at times. But when I'm applying something like that, my brain's like, what is this ingredient doing? What's this doing? And I can't stop it. And so, yes, there are many people like Scuba that's what they like, that's what they use, and I genuinely mean more power to them. I'm happy they have what works for them, but it's if you want to break down the purpose of what you're spending money on, there's not a whole lot of sense in co-washing, just like this. And I'm sure Nick would agree. It's like on head, hair, shampoo, or conditioner, for almost all of us, which one would be more important to buy? It's going to be shampoo, because the conditioner by itself, especially on a dirty beard, isn't going to do a whole lot of good, No. And so just perfect thought process here, and kind of rounding it all out together. That's why these products actually work from Dr. Nick's, is because they understand what they're supposed to do and have the ingredients to get them there. Yeah. It's beautiful.
No, and that's I mean, more, and like you say, more power to them, right? And if you had to say, like, hey, there's people out there that aren't going to buy two things to take care of their beard, would you recommend they use nothing or a co-wash?
Right.
Use a co-wash.
It's better than nothing, for sure.
And a lot of guys, there's people out there that don't want to use separate stuff for their body, their face, their hair, their beard, right? They want
in their vehicle.
They want it, yeah.
Give me the 7 Pennzoil lube, and I'm covered head to toe to tire.
That's it. And that's what some people want, right? They want the all-in-one. Well, I almost just said a word that was a phrase, but it's actually the name of another product, so I won't. But it's like they do want an all-in-one kind of a product, right? Like, it's like the teenage boy wash, right? It's like pits, bits, body, and head, like everything all in one. I mean, and hey, is it better than not using soap? Absolutely. Is it what I want? No. And you know what? It's just like how some people are gonna buy pre-marinated chicken from the store, right? I want to buy chicken, and I want to make a marinade, and I want to put the chicken in it, right? And some people are like, why the hell are you going to do that for $1 more a pound? You get the pre-marinated, pre-butterflied, pre-packed stuff. You slap it right on the grill. And hey, is that better than eating McDonald's? Sure. You're still cooking your own food, right? But is it as good as doing it all homemade, doing it yourself, and taking the steps to, I think, in my opinion, do it right? No.
Ding, ding, ding. Beautifully said. Beautifully said. Awesome. So, any other important factors about the conditioner and what makes this something you're really proud of?
No, no. Aside from the fact that I think it's just. I'll just reiterate. I mean, I hope everyone that tries this truly feels the Dr. Nick's difference carrying through in these new products, and just like we always will with everything, we're going to take your feedback and we're going to adjust as necessary. But I think we've nailed it, and we've gotten great feedback from the people who have tested it. My son has been using it for a couple of months in his shower. He's 11. He's just starting to get stinky. He's starting to get all oily. And, this makes him so much less of a little dirt ball that, hey, if it's working for him, it'll definitely work for us. But no, man, I think this is it. And I see some comments asking about other things and other scents and other starred questions. So I think it's a good time to go into some questions, man. There's some really good ones that are going to help drive this home, I think.
I agree entirely, and I'm going to let you kind of take these away because some of them are right up your alley. Not to say anything, but is it good for bald guys?
So, I mean, is it good for bald guys? Here's what I'll say to that. The conditioner, definitely not. The hair shampoo, absolutely. It's a great clarifying agent for your skin. But I will say that I think, in my opinion, that bald is different than shaved, in my opinion, for hair on your head. Because when you have hair and you choose to go bald and you straight razor or electric screen razor your head like I do, I'm mostly bald, right? I'm like bald all up here, but then all this stuff has to get shaved or else I get the bozo look, and I don't have an incredible hair like Dan. And so I think when you've gone naturally bald, the skin on your head actually more closely resembles the skin on your face than it does the climate of a scalp at that point, because you got to think there's no hair follicle there anymore. The hair follicle has died. It's gone dormant, right? It's not growing hair anymore. There's no follicle that you need to get anything out of or rinse. And in my opinion, if the bulk of your head is naturally bald and you shave the rest to blend it in, you're actually better off with a face wash on your head. And
Dude.
say that if you've chosen to go bald, you have hair, you have follicles, they're still there, but you straight razor them. In my opinion, you still then need to cleanse and rinse that follicle with a higher pH that's going to get into the follicle and destroy the oils that are in the follicle, so you don't get breakouts in the spot that you're shaving, because that is what a lot of people get. They get breakouts where they shave. They think they're ingrown hairs, but they're really not. They're clogged pores. They're clogged hair follicles that haven't been rinsed because they don't think they need shampoo anymore because they don't have any hair. But I think that's the big distinction to make, is naturally bald versus razor bald.
Whoa, dude. Did you stay at a Motel 6 last night?
I don't know, because I woke up feeling fantastic, though.
Because your brain is, whatever you did, you're firing on all cylinders. I've never once considered the distinction. I've heard of bald and bearded. I know bald and bearded. I've never once thought of the distinction of naturally bald, meaning like it is more of that slick surface where you don't see the open pore and the hair follicle, as compared to shaving, where a lot of guys get that halo, or the horseshoe around the side. Dude, how did I never ever think of that distinct? I can't wait to go bald so I can have a new chapter of content unlocked, because I love teaching through learning. I'm going to learn about it and then teach it and then learn more through you guys. Wow. Okay. So
Yep.
There's a difference of ball. Oh my God. I got to process for a minute here. But Dynamo agrees and says he uses face wash. And Nick, do you use the Dr. Nick's face wash on your hair?
I do.
On your head?
Yeah, and actually what I do, I go one step further, and I actually use the face wash as a little bit of a shave soap. So what I do is I use beard wash, rinse it out, put my beard conditioner in, and then when the beard conditioner's in, I'll do one of these. I do like a really loose bun real quick in the shower, and I hold it up like that. And then while the conditioner is sitting in my beard, I put face wash on my head, and I rinse really good. And then I have an electric razor I keep in the shower, and I go through and I do the whole shave process, and that keeps it from getting any friction or causing any red spots from the foil or the razors on the spots that I'm shaving. And then while that's still there and I'm done shaving, I put more face wash on my hand. I then wash my face really good, get my ears and behind, and then I rinse from the top down. I pull the bun out and I rinse out the conditioner.
Dude, I'm gonna rewatch this stream because I have a lot to process and learn. But oh man, and JB said, "Do that bun again." That's on the paid stream. That one is that.
That's on the Patreon.
Yeah.
Or on the OnlyFans. You know,
the Only Dans will collaborate. I already have a platform, so we can collab on that one.
We'll give it one more here, non-paid sponsored content here. You just go like that and go over one of these and go whoop, bam.
And Nick does have a nice camera. We can do a little slow-mo shot on Nick. We might have a new business plan. Oh, oops. Let me. Have you ever seen two buns on screen at once? I don't think so, my friends.
Oh no. The internet just broke.
Are you feeling this? Because I'm feeling this.
Kind of feeling it.
I'm kind of feeling that.
We'll do like the slow-mo unbun. Ready? You got like the.
I think you guys just, in all seriousness, nice buns. Thank you, Jill. I think you guys just saw the birth of new content for Dr. Nick's. Not even like the Only Dan's joke and stuff. Nick, we might have a viral video.
Dude, I'm telling you what, I think we might have one, dude. We're gonna need to get on that.
Yes, screenshots are free though.
Screenshots are free. We're gonna need to start watermarking these live streams.
Dude, you guys are too much. Oh my God, I don't know how we got there, but I'm so happy. JB, thank you for that comment. That was amazing.
Temperature's rising even more. It was just 90 out. Now it's woo.
And John's like, I think I'm in the wrong stream. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. All right. Right. Oh my gosh. My Only Dance page is going crazy now. Thank you, Nick.
I'll pay $9.99 to be
here. My gosh.
We're selling tokens too. It's right down in the
We talked about emulsification and the real science. We talked about conditioner and the opposites charges and the way it works and the hair follicles. And then we talked about the difference of bald natural, bald shade. And we just talked about the evolution of beard bun content and where we could put. Wow, there were some turns.
That's a lot for 44 minutes. Like we're doing real good.
44 minutes?
Yeah.
Dude.
It feels like 10. Yeah, I don't even know how that works. OnlyFans buns. Oh no, we got to do doctor's orders roulette. You know, it's like it's like chat roulette.
I'm writing it down. We're gonna have a stream that's gonna be roulette.
I love it.
Oh my God!
Spin to get a topic.
I can do a random generator, a free generator, and put like different topics, and we spin it. Okay, that's happening.
I want a physical one right here, and Jill's gonna spin the wheel.
Yes,
Jill's gonna dress up like Vanna White, and she's.
Oh my gosh! Yes. Oh my gosh! And we'll make comments about buns the whole stream, but it's not about Jill. That's like the joke. It's like ours, and everyone would assume.
Nice buns, and Jill will blush, and I'll be like, "Not you."
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, I wrote it down. We are going to, guys. You guys are amazing. That is going to happen. We are going to. Wow. Yeah. Right. We have Toll Booth Willie says, I'm gonna have to rewatch this because I was podcast style, and that was a lot of info. Jill's in. Jill's in for the bun stream.
Oh, and I know. Okay, hold on though, Jill. If we do this, I know just the dress you have to wear. And the last time you wore it was fresh off the rack at Savers, and you changed into it in a parking lot with Brian Rule, your man of honor before our wedding. I think that's gonna fit the ticket just right.
We might have a large stream. This might break the beard streaming daytime universe.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. This is gonna be the big money, Phil.
maybe in 2 weeks, guys. Not next week, but possibly the week after that. The bachelorette party dress.
Yes, that
Okay.
one.
All right.
For the rules for Jill's bachelorette party was that anyone who went, you couldn't figure out anything to wear ahead of time. Everyone that went had to go to Savers on the way out to the bachelorette party, buy
I
their
love that.
outfit, shirt, shoes, hats, and everything else. Everything had to be bought from Savers, changed into in a parking lot, and then out to the bachelorette party.
That's amazing. What a concept.
Jill had a sequined dress, all sequins, a big bird purse, and what I think were potentially very feminine men's shoes. Yeah, there are clearly men's shoes, but just a little bit too much of a heel to be kind of like a normal pair of men's shoes.
Wow. What a stream. What a stream. Oh my gosh.
And I'll tell you what, you say, did you sleep at a Motel 6 last night? No, it was crazy. I actually had a really weird night's sleep. I was up working on this stuff late, and then Jack's on summer break. So what do you do when you're working late and you notice your kid's still awake at 1 a.m.? You go down and you give him hey, dude, you want to go downstairs and make waffles? So we did that at 1 a.m. We made 1 a.m. waffles in the kitchen. Me and my boy standing there shirtless in the kitchen, being quiet so we didn't get in trouble with Jill. And then I fall asleep, maybe about 1:30, something like that. And then my alarm goes off at 4 o'clock because I forgot that I had a maintenance window for one of my consulting customers that's a bank. So 3 hours of sleep, I wake up at 4, do that until about 6. And then I go back to bed at around, 5:50, something 6. Slept again until around, 9. So it was like 1 to 4, 6 to 9. So
it adds up, right?
Maybe it's actually like the perfect amount of delirious that's like kicking in.
Ooh, you know how people like intermittent fasting? You are now on intermittent sleeping.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I like this. This is going great. I'm writing that down.
That intermittent sleeping. I don't know what's going on today, but this is beautiful. And what you just had there is parenting 101 on how you make core memories and develop great independent thinking young humans. I love that, Nick. Love that.
Oh, it was when I walked by his door and he kind of like, I could see that he saw me. He was sitting there. And what was he doing? He was playing chess online on his MacBook or something. He was doing good kid stuff. And I opened his door and I'm like, hey man. He's like, I know. And I was like, you want to go downstairs and make midnight snacks? And he's like, yes.
Dude. And Phil is spot on here. He goes, this has been one of the streams of all time. That's all I know.
Well, and being as you've been here for like all of them, Phil, I'll take that with a badge of honor.
On a shampoo conditioner release.
Come on. Who has this much fun releasing shampoo and conditioner?
Okay, let's hit some questions here. And I'll start with this one. So is beard wash bad to use on your hair?
No.
It's not bad. It's not ideal.
No.
On occasion, I think it's fine. For most of us, it's not going to be enough to really cut through the extra sebum oil and the environment of the scalp. And on average, your beard wash per ounce is going to be more expensive than your shampoo per ounce on average, if we look at just like the market. So it can be more expensive. But no, there's nothing like if you're like, is it going to kill my head hair? Is it going to make me go bald? No, there's nothing bad about it.
No, it just might not strip your hair enough. And if we came out with like a stripping beard wash, like that is actually going to be much closer to the pH of a head shampoo. Although the stripping beard wash might even be a little higher pH than the shampoo. So it's kind of like you got beard shampoo at like a 4.5, you got head shampoo up around a 6.5, and then a stripping wash would be somewhere up around an 8.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. And John says, face wash, any plans for peppermint rosemary?
Yes, there are plans for that because we've had a lot of requests for it. And as you guys know, you dictate what's coming. So I would say that once we get through the rolls of labels once we get low on our existing face wash labels and we need to reorder, we're going to reorder those and we'll order the peppermint rosemary along with it because that's the one people have been asking for the most.
Yeah, it just seems perfect. It just seems like a perfect fit.
It'll be this. I'm sure it'll be this summer because we're running through stuff pretty quick on the face wash. So I would imagine that reorder happens here in the next couple of months.
There you go. And then kind of on that same note, Phil's looking for number 18 in any of the other products. And then something at the end here, which I think is a good time to kind of transition into something you want to mention. So 18. And then what about a deodorant? Anything on the deodorant side of things, Mr. Nick?
I actually have 3 things to cover as part of this question, Phil. Full set of number 18, potentially. It's, we were wondering what people would think about 18 in the shower, and you're not the first one to say that you would absolutely eat it up across the full shower line. So I think we can't ignore that one too much longer. So that's coming. And on that note of scents and products, I will let everybody know. And Jill's been kind of like wondering what we're gonna do to address this. We're not saying at all that it's going away, but there might be a slight gap in the availability of some number 9 lavender orange sandalwood products. The sandalwood oil that we were getting, one of our suppliers has been having some stock issues, and one of our suppliers is having a hard time producing right now the specific sandalwood oil that we were using in number 9. And we've tried a lot of substitutions, again, all essential oils, and they haven't been what we want. And so we're working with a couple other suppliers to source what we need for the sandalwood. They might come in before we run out of the stock that we have. But since we mix all of our essential oils here and none of them are pre-blended, we are very much at the mercy of supply chain in that sense. So we're doing our best. But if anyone notices that anything goes out of stock for number 9, just know that we're working on it. It's not going to go anywhere. We're going to fix it come hell or high water. But there's just supply chain, man. Not much we can do about it. But it does kind of go to show you guys, we're really particular. This stuff doesn't come out of a bottle pre-blended from someone else. And when we don't get all of our individual components, that can cause a little bit of a disruption. And then back to the last part of that question with deodorant. Yes. So deodorant, we'll cover this more next week, but deodorant has taken a drastic uptick in priority in our production planning processes. I have been using, and it's almost like, you know what this is? This is weird. You guys have been asking. I'm like, yeah, we're getting to it. I don't like to stink, so it's been hard to test, and this and this and this. I've been using the same deodorant, the aluminum-based crap that I've been using it for 20 years. Last week, I all of a sudden started getting a rash in my armpits. And Jill's like, I bet it's that terrible deodorant that you use. And I'm like, 20 years, same stuff, should be fine. Well, I stopped using it. And over this course of the weekend, I did something very uncomfortable for myself. And I went deodorant free with just, there's some Indian oils that they use over there quite a bit for deodorant. There's cumin and some other things, and I'm not a big fan of the scents. But Jill has them. And I used it over the course of the weekend, and my rash is just about, I'd say 80% gone. I did have to shower twice a day over the weekend because I'm going through the purge period. But what's crazy, man, is like I've been not using any deodorant now with metals in it since Saturday. This morning, after a shower, before I put on the natural stuff that we're currently testing in its liquid form before we solidify it, and it's working pretty well. I don't stink, and it feels good, and it's unscented. So, but it's looking a whole lot better. But what's so weird, out of the shower today, before I put it on, I could still smell Old Spice,
dude. And
it's still pushing it out.
I've talked about, like, I don't even get the concept of antiperspirant and how that's even like a thing where we are putting metals in our pores to stop stuff from naturally coming out, to the point where you're days in and it's still working itself through your system. Like, how long was that in there? How long was that toxin trapped? That terrifies me. And I'm the same way as you. It was my one sticking point, or stinking point, we could say, that that I didn't want to give up on that one. And now looking back on it, you're going to go through the same journey. I'm disgusted that I waited so long. I'm disgusted.
And you know what it is? Fate does this thing to me. So like if anyone who knows me well knows that Dr. Nick actually has lots of luck on his side, but it's typically not good luck. It's typically very, very cynical luck. And as cynical luck would have it, I have bought this deodorant one stick at a time for 20 freaking years. Literally the same stuff. 2 months ago, I was on Amazon and I was like, oh, a 10 pack for that much money? Sure. Hit me up with a 10 pack. So my 20 years goes by, not one problem, one stick at a time. I buy a 10 pack, 2 sticks in, my body decides to reject it, and I have 8 sticks of it sitting in my freaking cabinet.
Nick, when I get home, I'm going to open up my drawer and show you the 10 pack that I have one open in when I decided to make the change. It's even in I just buy it off Amazon. It goes in this. I have this.
I'm sending you a photo when I get home. This is ridiculous.
It's in my drawer at home right now. And I won't.
Cabinet right now.
I haven't taken it out yet because it hurts my soul too much because I'm not going to give it to anyone because it's garbage and I don't want to throw it away because I paid for it. Dude, I literally have that sleeve, the same thing, one taken out of. Stop it.
Come on.
Stop
We're
it.
living parallel lives like all the time.
We do this all the time. It happened today, you guys. So deodorant's full force. Accelerated, you guys, because of Nick's pits.
So you can thank these bad boys getting in there, and let's see. So this is okay. So hold on. It's 90 degrees outside.
It's getting hot in here.
Material shirt, right? This is probably recipe for disaster, but let's just give it a little smellfy. Let's see here. Whoa.
A smell? You just said smellfy?
I did a smellfy. I did 2 smellfies. See? Oh, see? This one, nothing at all over here. Over here, I still smell a little bit of Old Spice, but they say that these take like a week to kind of, your body acclimated and start working because you're not fighting stuff off. And yeah, it's like, oh, Jay, it's like that movie Jennifer's Body, except now it's Nick's pits.
Wow. All right. So it is coming, you guys. All right. Some rapid fire last ones because somehow we have less than 2 minutes left here. But Zach says, and he has a correction to this. But Zach says, would it be a bad thing to mix the head hair shampoo up with the face hair shampoo? And he said, I meant to say mix up the head hair shampoo bottle with the facial hair shampoo bottle. Okay. So,
like mixing it, like
beard wash,
using the hair shampoo on your beard or vice versa.
Yeah. I mean, if it happens once, absolutely will not notice the next day. There's no chance there's anything. If it was like an everyday kind of thing and you switched and you're like, I'm using this one, you're going to have some negative consequences. But if it's an accident, something, absolutely no worries.
Yeah, no. And like you're traveling, you run out of one, but you got some of the other, hit it up, man. Like might as well,
Yep. And then John wants to know if you use face wash under your beard or just cheeks. For me, it's only on the skin that does not have facial hair. Just right, literally in the T range right here.
So I do that same thing. So me for the addition of the head, but for you, if you have hair, yes, just do nose, especially right in here.
Yep.
You get the nose, you get the T, like you said, the T zone, and cheeks. And secret life hack here from Dr. Nick is hit your ears. Right, you get the face wash on your fingertips. Get right around the outside rim of your ear and get behind them.
Behind.
Oil back behind your earlobes. And this thing right here, that gets oily. And what that does, that attracts dirt. And then your wax traps that dirt. And the next thing you know, it's pulling you outside. Boom, ear infection. So you might as well just get that oil off of there. It's not good to be there anyway. And so if you feel slick when you get out of the shower there, no bueno. Use that face wash and get it down to a nice squeaky clean.
And fellas, if you have a lady in your life with long hair, this shampoo and conditioner is absolutely made for them. I said it on a recent stream that Dr. Nix wasn't even a part of. Recently, Sam only uses their body wash now. She's using their face wash. This stuff, it works for the ladies too. So if you're like, man, I've been buying a lot of beard products and my wife's been kind of side-eyeing me, you get a new package in that has Dr. Nix on the outside. She's like, what the heck are you? And you're like, this one's for you, honey.
It's for you, baby.
Melted. man. And then here's a really good question that people are going to naturally ask. Head hair shampoo and conditioner, does the scent linger? If so, for how long?
Probably not. You're not going to get much of a residual scent on it at all. And that, in my mind, right, this just kind of goes back to it. Not throwing digs at anybody who likes this, right? But if the scent from a shampoo is left behind on your hair, how much has all of that shampoo actually rinsed out of your hair?
Ding, 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 ding.
So if it's leaving something behind to leave a scent, what is that, right?
Ding, ding, ding.
It's probably your residue, right? What happens
And
when that residue dries? It turns to flakes. It looks like dandruff. It causes buildup.
Isn't shampoo supposed to get rid of stuff?
You know, I thought so, but there's a lot of shampoo out there that likes to leave a bunch of stuff behind that smells real good, and I'm not a big fan of that.
But how do you remove stuff and leave stuff? Do they go in with those nanobots you were talking about, and they're like, seek, destroy?
Yeah, it's the nanobots. Watch Big Hero 6, and you'll be able to understand, you know, how the nanobots work.
Yep. And shocker, it's not good for the hair either in that kind of situation.
No, of course it's not.
Crazy. All right, guys. Head hair shampoo, head hair conditioner is out and live. We're going to have a show about healthy habits and changes because of beards next week. It's going to be super positive. You guys are going to be able to share your journey. We'll, I'm sure, piggyback on some of the topics today because it feels like we have some leftovers, which I love leftovers. And nanobots for life, nanobots are life. And so we will continue there. I don't know what was in the air today. I don't know if it's the heat and making everybody loopy, but thank you guys. This was so freaking fun. Oh my gosh.
Winner.
I'm going to kick it to Nick to have this final send off here.
Man, you know, if there was a video, like if there was a way to like have a launch video for a product that, you know, people are going to go back and watch, because we're going to put the link to this video on the product page. You know, it's going to be something that people can go back and watch. We might even chop this one up into some clips and have it as a little video as part of the product photos there. And man, you guys made it an absolute banger. And this is one that I am proud to show people over and over and over again when they ask about how we released our hair products and why are they good. And so you guys, again, as always, made this what it was. And I'm glad whatever was in the air, whether it was in the air, the heat, my delirium from lack of sleep, I don't know what it was, but I'll take it. And man, this was a winner. But I can't wait for next week. Tuesday, 1 o'clock, we're going to have some great stuff. We're going to follow the journey about Nick's pits. And, you know, we're going to start sending some updates there too. So thank you guys for being here, and thanks for the support, and stay amazing. We'll see you next